No isms or phobias. We don't do that. None of the isms or phobias, y'all. It's the hard mental journey of an African that was taken from their land to reacclimate themselves to African culture, gender fluidity, and understand that we don't have to think in a dichotomy like the European that thinks in terms of gay and straight, this or that. We understand that people move like water and not in a straight line. You know what I'm saying? African reasoning, it's in a circle, not a line. Everything's not binary. Gotta understand that. But definitely don't be on TikTok talking about you pro-black and you a ex-slave catcher or you a bagel eater. You know what I'm saying? You eat bagels. You lick the holes of bagels. If you lick bagel holes, don't come on TikTok saying you pro-black. You know what I'm saying? You got cream cheese on your lip. Shit nasty. She take a bath once every 4 days and you over here licking holes. That's crazy. And she bragging about it too, doing interviews. I take baths 5 days, every 5 days. The natural oils on your skin are actually healthy. Well, what? What? Smelling like wet copy paper. Smelling like the sticky part of an envelope when you lick it. Smelling like the back of a stamp. That's crazy. What's going on? Welcome to the live. My name is Brother Legend. Yes, it is gross. Some of y'all need to stay away from that cave coochie. Like Sister D be saying. I'm telling you, y'all need to stay away from that. There's definitely a scent. I'm telling you, man, it hurts my feelings. Like, you know, it's PTS, it's PTSS, you know, or not, no, CBT. It's cultural betrayal trauma for me to go on brothers' lives, know what they doing, and then watch our people in the comments getting educated from somebody that, you know what I'm saying? He licked the Oreo cream and throw away the cookies. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy.
So you know I was in there just cracking up like, how he gonna be doing the roast and I can't get in on it? All right, can y'all tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. Let me do your intro. Hello, hello, and welcome in, you guys. You are in Brother Legends Live. You guys, today we will be having the topic of interracial dating. Is it preference or fetishization? Can the pro-black and the non-black spouses get along? Oh, my bad. Can they be pro-black? You guys, it's time to tap in. I need you to pop, 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 pop that screen like you be popping and tapping that ass. All right, let's get to it, you guys. Get the likes up. Gift the host. And when someone gets up here with pure foolery and you hear me holler, pause, lay them down. Let's go, you guys. It's game time. And you're in Brother Legends Live.
Thank you, D. Thank you, thank you. Yes, the topics are: can interracial relationships be problematic? Can they? I already know they are. But I ask can they because that is a good indicator of where your cognitive dissonance lies. Because some people will come up here and boldly say hell no. Is it a preference or a fetishization to say you prefer this race of person or that race of person? Is it a preference? Is it a fetish? Which one is it? Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? I don't know. I think a lot of people get tripped up on that one. And can black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy family or relationship dynamic? These are tough questions, y'all. Feel free to come on up if you got enough followers. Thank you for tapping like. Please protect the live by tapping like as you listen along. Just keep tapping. Appreciate you. Every tap matters, man. Even if you only do a few, just keep tapping. What's up, Alex? Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
30, white, and I guess he, him. I'm not a big pronoun guy myself, but
All right. And go ahead and answer the questions for us. Or pick one. It's up to you.
I'd say, can interracial relationships be problematic? Yes, but not in all cases. Is it a preference or fetish? What is it? Fetish? Oh God, I can't say it.
A fetish. Just say a fetish.
Fetishization. Once again, I'd say goes by a case-by-case basis. Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? Yes. And can black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy relationship? Yes, if there are the right safeguards in place, I would argue. So.
All right. So you had kind of like a on the fence about most of them, except someone being pro-black with a non-black spouse. Do you know what pro-blackness is? I know you're not part of our community, so do you even know what that means?
I mean, I have my own opinion and stance on it. I don't know if my stance is correct according to like the black community, but I do have my own stance on the matter.
What is your stance then?
My stance, I guess I would say, is I'm trying to figure to word this correctly. Basically being oh crap. Pro like being pro-black without necessarily having a solidified position on the matter, I guess would be the best way I can describe it.
You can't define a word with a word.
I'm sorry, what?
You can't define a word with a word. You can't say pro-blackness is being pro-black without a defined whatever the hell you just said. You can't define pro-blackness with the word pro-black.
All right. How about this? I am
How about it's
pro.
okay to know? How about it's okay to say I'm not sure?
And that's fair. Maybe I don't have a complete grasp on it. But
That's
I
the
would
only question
say
that you
that I would
answered. Like,
argue that. I'm sorry, what?
that's the only question that you answered without hesitation. Like, you answered it like,
Okay,
yes.
my argument would be that
So it's
being
like, how are you
pro-black,
unsure about the only question you were sure about?
mm, I was actually sure about three of the questions. Um, the bottom one was the only one I didn't answer fully. No, so my argument would be that being pro-black is understanding that race is not a defining quality, and that people should like should function in a way that does not use race as a defining factor.
That is anti-racism, not pro-blackness. How many pauses we at, y'all?
You lost me. I don't quite see the difference, but
a lot of y'all don't, man. It's cool. I'm about to teach you. All right. Thank you for the Panther pause. Why is it that so many Thin Lipians think that pro-blackness, when we come together and organize, all we think about is white people and how they mistreat us, and that all we want to do is come together and put an end to our mistreatment from them? Like, why do y'all think pro-blackness centers around y'all? It's weird. Anti-racism is its own thing. The two can work hand in hand, but pro-blackness don't got nothing to do with y'all. That is just us coming together, building with ourselves, for our future generations. It don't got nothing to do with. We're not sitting around thinking about, hey guys, this is what we got to do to stop white people from hurting us. Like, no, that's not pro-blackness. All right, let's keep it pushing. Anybody else want to come up, feel free. Hope you're having a talk. Please feel free to stand on what you say when you come up. Or actually, it's preferred, don't speak on something if you don't know. It's okay not to know here. We're not here to talk about what we don't know about. All right, Shantae, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
Okay, she, her, 42. I think it is kind of like
your race.
Oh, black.
Okay.
I'm black.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I do think that it's kind of like problematic when it comes to YT and black relationships because like of the history that we have with them. It's like a slap in the face. That's how I perceive it as.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't think and what a lot of people don't realize is that you can still be racist and date a black person.
Right.
Like slave owners slept with slaves and had children, and still their children was slaves.
Just because they love you does not mean they love your people.
Yeah, like that. It doesn't mean I see it all the time. I see how a lot of YT girls will be with black men, and that's when they want to express their prejudice against black women. I see it all the time. I see
We
it
just
all the
had that
time,
on our live.
and a lot of black men don't even realize when it comes to them and white women, it goes all the way back to the plantation, the buck breaking days on the plantation. So it really don't make any sense because you'll never, no matter how deep you are in that white woman's hoo-ha, you're not going to have white privilege, white tea privilege.
The bagel
You'll
hole.
never have it. You'll never have it, thinking because you are with YT women, you are somehow a different type of black. It's not, you're still the same, they've been doing this to us for years, for eons.
Mm-hmm. That's the rabbit hole.
Yeah. So that's really I can't say that I disrespect it because like most black people, we have a lot of mixed people in our family. So, it is what it is. But I really think that it is problematic for our community, especially today, because we got a lot of issues with each other right now. And it stems from YT supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
The way we
Absolutely.
view each other as a man and as a woman, those ideas have been adopted from YT supremacy. And we really
Hmm.
need to, if we're going to come together, really sit and really dissect that, because a lot of what we practice come from them. That's all I wanted
Mm.
to say. Thank you
Mm.
for having me up on here.
Thank you for saying that. That's facts. You dropped that last bar. That's facts. Um, from our family structures, and that hits especially hard for me as a black man, because that's what I be telling brothers. A lot of our masculinity is a copy of what the oppressor taught us. Because you got to understand the context of our ancestors when they were on those plantations. They were disconnected from our African roots. So when they were freed, they didn't instantly remember what we were doing in Africa hundreds of years ago. All they did was come off the plantation and copy what they had seen done in front of them in the oppressor's home. And that's the reason why we have some of the gender wars that we have, where we're trying to cling on to these roles and patriarchy that was taught to us by those oppressors, because we've been disconnected from what we had going on in Africa. So that's some facts, sister. I appreciate you saying that. I'm gonna go to Sister Shady. What's good?
Hi, do you want me to reintroduce myself again?
Yes, please. Age, race, and pronouns.
Okay, so I'm 19. I am a black woman, and I go by she, her.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, for the first question, can interracial relationships be problematic? Absolutely.
Somebody, I think
Okay.
that was Robin.
Is that me?
Nah, I don't know. I think the person at the top is having issues.
Okay.
Keep going, sister.
Is there a preference or fetishization? For that question, it's like, I personally, I would, okay, I don't know if it's going to sound weird in my part, but I am more open to dating, like if we're putting black men out of the equation, I'm open to dating other men of like color than white men, because I just feel like there's less of a whole, that cultural difference. There's a bit less of it. So I don't know, but yeah, I don't know if you see my point. So yeah, and can you be?
I mean, that's like an anti-preference. I don't know what you call that. That's like,
No, I'm just saying, like,
because that's not a preference. You're not saying you prefer them, do you? Are you?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay. So you would just prefer that over, like, if you had to choose. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. For the third one, I don't want to even get into that. I have trauma from the last time I tried answering that question. And can black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy relationship? Fully? I don't think so. I think we can try. They can try. But fully, it's gonna take, I don't know what's gonna take, but I don't think it's gonna fully coexist anytime soon, to be honest. So, yeah, that's all my opinion on it, to be honest.
Thank you. Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
And I'll go to the next guest. Everybody in here, please tap like. Let's get up to 10K likes. Keep tapping like as you listen along. Tap like up here. Don't tap like down here. A menu might pop up. So just tap like up here as you listen along. And it'll keep people coming up here to talk to us. Robin, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
I'm 45. It's she, her, and I'm white.
All right. Go ahead and answer a question or whatever you want to talk about. The floor is yours.
If I could address all of them, that would be great. Can interracial relationships be problematic? Obviously, they can. But that goes along with the question about the family and a healthy relationship with the family. if a person is in a interracial relationship, their family probably raised them right and raised them to know that it doesn't matter, that we're all people. So well, I guess that's just the way I see it because that's the way I was raised. So, and it's not a fetish. I find black men more attractive. I like the color of their skin. It's not a fetish at all.
Oh, I'm flattered. Oh,
Wow.
Well, I'm not trying to flatter you. I'm telling the
oh,
truth.
Black
guys, you
But
hear that, man?
color, honey. Black men don't come in
well,
one color.
They
hey,
all
I've
been
seen that about
they've been
women as
saying
well.
tall. They've been saying tall, dark, and handsome for centuries. So they meant that. I believe her.
Well, and I believe that I would love to have it. It sounds like, but I'm telling the truth when I say, and people might hate me for this, but the black skin, it's just more flawless than white skin. And it
So, do you like
truly
Indian
is.
men?
Yes, my ex-husband was a Kiowa Indian. So, and that
No,
was
I
another,
that. Oh my Lord, have mercy. They don't call them Indians
Hey,
when they're in America anymore. That's like
they
racist and old.
actually, I was married to a full-blood Kiowa Indian, and he calls himself an Indian.
ma'am, but
No,
Full blood.
oh Lord,
that's not for you to say.
I'm from
yeah.
Oklahoma. I'm from
Anyway,
Oklahoma.
um, is he from India?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, he's
Then he's
not.
not Indian. Don't say that
Okay,
no more.
they call themselves that. So,
Me, myself, and I, we gonna let her talk. But if one brother or sister send a panther paw, all right, y'all don't want to. All right, we're done.
okay, so
All right. Thank you for the panther paws. Listen, no, because this is the thing. I don't want somebody try to call me out on this shit. Me, myself, and I is non-black, but she's a supporter of the live, and I think that's cool. But you can't be clawing down the people that look like you when they say cringy stuff because you might do that because you don't want to, associate. You know what I'm saying? Like we can still learn from some of those people, but at the same time, if the brothers and sisters in the comments let me know, then I'm taking them out of here. But don't think I'm ignoring your panther paws. It's just I'm gonna need brothers and sisters to also, you know what I'm saying? Also agree with that. They must also concur. It can't just be you. But because then I got a white T woman controlling my life. But anyway, what she was saying was crazy. She was fetishizing, and thank you for respect, me, myself, and I. But yeah, she was fetishizing. That was crazy. I was about to set her straight, but you know what I'm saying? Not if she up here talking crazy. Whistling Vivaldi, give us your age, race, and pronouns.
Hey, what's good, man? I appreciate you letting me on here. I'm black. I am 29, pronouns he, him. Just kind of wanted to address a couple of these here.
Okay.
So for the top one, can interracial relationships be problematic? I think that's a given, right? Like, I mean, anybody who's paying attention can see a lot of problematic interracial relationships. For number two, is it a preference or a fetishization? I think, I don't know. I think that setting that question in a non-binary stance would be a little bit more helpful, right? Specifically, just for me, right? I'm in an interracial relationship, but I think that more so had to do with proximity at the time than anything else. I'm from Haiti, and I moved to the States when I was young. Moved to Utah. I don't know if you know anything about Utah. Hella white people, right? So based off proximity, that's who I was dating.
If you were trapped in a dungeon and dying of if you were trapped in a dungeon dying of thirst, right? And all that was in the room was vodka, would you drink it?
That's an interesting way to put that. I don't know if I just equate, an entire state to vodka, but Had I lived in the
No,
South,
but you missed the metaphor then. The metaphor is saying that you won't drink what's not going to help you, what's not going to quench your thirst. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you, no matter where you at. So you understand what I'm saying?
aren't you presuming that prior to?
You could trap me in Utah with as many white tea women as you want. All the best thing that they can do is lead me to a system.
All right, all right. I mean, that's good. That's good on you. I'm gonna just leave this here, right? I as I consider myself to be, uh, relatively on the left. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say a communist or a socialist, but pretty far left. Uh, I don't find conservative talking points to be very convincing, right? In terms of just about anything, in terms of patriarchy, in terms of homophobia, in terms of all this stuff. But one of the biggest things that conservatives, specifically Republicans, tend to seem to hold on to is the idea that they should have a say in who people fall in love with. And for some reason, we tend to co-opt that every now and then.
You know what's funny?
So
It's only a brother would sit here with that goofiness and align itself with what someone else is saying in regards to basically your survival and actually you being able to have some actual building within your community, because your community has been the most oppressed. Your community has been leading in unemployment. Your community has been leading in poverty. Your community has been leading in getting broken and generations being stolen from. But you will go along with the narrative of going to slide into somebody else's community, feeling as if you've elevated, but really you sat there and oppress yourself by tying yourself to a person that thinks that in society they are deemed higher than you. So the idea that you think if you pair yourself with something outside of yourself that you've elevated in society has shown that your ignorance lies far deeper than what you can see yourself in that mirror you look in every day. The level of coonery y'all go into just to attach yourself to another community it blows me every day. But the fact that you don't see, what is the word I used earlier, brother, when I said it's to save or to, it's called, it's self, what is the word I was using? I can't even freaking.
I don't remember.
When
I
to
have really
to
bad
not
short
to
term memory.
not to be
Hope,
it just basically this is
is
it.
it okay if I ask them a question?
But hold on.
Uh,
When you're
uh,
trying to
hold on, Shante.
basically be in proximity to danger, a lot of y'all are okay with putting yourselves right next to the same people that will make you strange fruit. So literally you saying that and not understanding the value of yourself and how you show up in those communities, it says enough. So you go on and tap your ass on over there and we'll see how long you tap before they show you who you really are.
I'll take your question, Miss Shante.
Okay, my question is, may I please ask how old you are?
I'm 29.
Okay, you've been here. I got a son that's 28 years old, so you've been here for a while. Um,
Yeah.
my question to you is, are you aware of your history as a black man in this country?
I'm very much aware. I have I don't know if this means anything to anybody. I have a bachelor's degree in political science, so I've done
Preservation,
studied a lot
brother.
of history.
Self-preservation.
And
And
as
the
a
reason
Haitian
why I asked,
specifically, I don't know if anybody or as a people, especially in the black community, has done more in terms of anti-slavery work, but I'll let that speak for itself.
You've done anti-slavery work?
But as a Haitian community, as a Haitian people, right, in terms of like our history,
Oh,
I
so
don't know.
you are now going to, with your vanilla flavored wife or significant other, co-opt a movement that was extremely pro-black. What part of Haitian history endorsed interracial relationships? You know about them a lot, right?
I know about them a lot. I am Haitian. I got my
Right,
citizenship a month ago.
right. And so why don't you tell us then what happened in Haitian history um, between those people and those that were monoracial? What was the effect that they had on impeding Haiti's progress?
In terms of revolution back in the
Mm-hmm.
1800s. Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Haiti is the first country to ever obtain a slave-led revolution. And after doing so, it went on to help other countries in Central and South America also obtain.
But the enemies of their revolution, the people that after I think I get the story confused, but I think it's in the early 1900s when there was the changing of the color of the flag from like red to black, red and black to red and blue. Did the biracial children of interracial couples in the Haitian Revolution, well, after the Haitian Revolution, but in Haiti's history, did they side with the community or did they side against the community?
I think, historically speaking, a lot of biracial people try to push off their blackness.
Right. So how then could you be pro-black and bring up Haiti while also creating the same type of issue or the same environment that was so adversarial to Haiti's progress when they were, liberating themselves or trying to run their own government?
I think it would be probably high and mighty of me, right, to try to explain why somebody did something for their own self-preservation, especially in that kind of environment. I feel like a lot of the reasons why people feel like we need to only have Black relationships is for that same quote unquote self-preservation. So
That's not why.
Well, those are the words that have been used thus far.
Well, self-preservation in terms of how we're oppressed, do you feel like Black oppression is over?
No, not at all.
So then why are you on the other side of the battlefield looking for a wife?
I think that's an assumption. Go ahead, Miss Lala. I'd like to hear you out.
Tired of listening to you talk, and
Playing so loud.
because you are a Negro pen, and we got them paws and them extra 5 paws in there for you.
Wait, don't kick him out yet. Like, I wanted to say something to him before you guys kick him out.
I want to bite his ass.
All right,
I
two miss,
I
give me
really
the
wish, I
shark
really
into the
wish I
rescue.
can. I really wish I could just like knock some sense into you.
Lava. What you
I'm
talking about? Why you mad?
Young lady above.
Okay, so he said he has a YT girlfriend, right? I heard that correct.
I'm married 6 years.
And she's white?
She is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You
So
can tell by his voice. They're not coexisting. The cultures are not coexisting. That's why he talked the way he talked.
I've dealt with them before. All right. So my baby father is YT, and I'm just letting you know, like they're very much so low key racist, even though they might be like, "Oh, I'm not racist. I'm not racist." Like they are all low key racist, So, and I feel like they're just born into that, unfortunately, So like, do not do it. Don't do it. Like, you are gonna end up, well, worst case scenario, possibly in jail or unalive. That's the reality of it. I end up going to jail, and I was pregnant at the time. I was like 8 months pregnant. So don't even do it. Don't do it.
You're already doing it.
I appreciate you looking at.
I'm telling him to like get out of it.
No, ma'am.
He's doing it in the middle of Utah. This
Y'all don't
brother is
understand.
I'm in
in it.
North Carolina now, but that's all
Can
good.
y'all please let people like this go? I would ask you this. I am so glad that you're happy that you found someone that works for you. I hope that you are anti-racist and that you are fighting on that end. Don't come over here trying to tell us how we should be picking and choosing when you've chosen a side. Now
I
realize
haven't told
this.
anybody how they should pick and
Yeah,
choose.
you did because you're going out of your way. If we're saying we're pro-black and we're choosing ourselves first, and guess what? If we are self-preserving ourselves, that's our business because you've already chose a side. But it's see you that Karen is rubbing in and on you so well because you felt the need to come in here and tell the Negroes how they are, what they should and should not be doing in regards to how you've already chosen. Pay attention to what you're saying. So at the end of the day, right? When you came in here, you went out of your way to talk about you don't see a problem with or whatever. That's your business. But see, you've chosen your Karen. Now you need to go over there and have a discussion with Karen and her family and see how close to proximity you are to the people that will unalive you. Because guess what? YT people are inherently racist and black people are taught to be anti-black. It is in the system.
Tell you something,
It's
Whistle while
poured
you
on
work.
us. But
Whistle
you
while
know
you
what?
work. I want kids that look like me,
She's so petty. But I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be
beautiful and
done.
black.
That's a beautiful kid, Miss Lala. You should be proud.
Let's say this. I don't know why we trying to save anybody that doesn't even correlate with what Black American people have endured in this country, although we've given him the privilege to get over here and get next to the Sun Dodger. So at the end of the day, sir, choose the proximity of strange fruit and be blessed in that. But at the end of
Miss
the
Didi,
day,
can I ask you something? When
no,
I get pulled over, right, by an
oh,
officer,
here we go.
do you think this officer, says, "Oh, this one's Haitian. I'm gonna treat him differently"? Do you think that's how that goes?
Yeah, they would treat you differently because you're black.
Hold on, y'all, because I'm a criminal justice major. So at the end of the day, have you sat in a courtroom and watched several cases, at least 10 to 20 cases a day, and you can tell me how they go?
Tell them how they go. I worked as a paralegal. Yeah, I've
So
done
you worked
multiple
as a
cases.
paralegal. So when you were sitting in there, did you see racism?
Very much so. That's my
So
question. You
then
seem
why
to
are you
think that
asking me a
somehow
question
because
about being
I'm
pulled
not
over?
I'm not specifically from America that I don't understand
Oh,
somehow
see, that's
what
not
the
what I
African
said,
American
Smarty.
person has gone through.
That's not what I said, genius. I said because of the 1964 to 1965 Civil Rights Act, where Black American people marched for the opportunity of other minorities to come into this country. You've literally come into this country and you're telling Black American people how they should or should not be self-preserving themselves or their cultures or their communities in regards to you having comfort or proximity to a YT person. Did that clear that up for you?
Yeah, I mean, you made that claim a couple of times, but
Well, I mean, the thing
I'm,
is
I'm,
that
oh, go
you
ahead.
are well, I wouldn't say benefiting, but I would say you have co-opted the same privilege that subjugated your ancestors. The privilege of your wife was created on the backs of our ancestors, specifically here in America. But I would include Haiti in the American African struggle as well. Because we wouldn't be free if it wasn't for Haitians. I don't consider you a pro-black Haitian, however, but I would say that you are privileged because of the proximity that you have co-opted. For example, in small ways, even though when you get pulled over, they'll see a black man. When your wife is pregnant with your children, you don't have to worry about medical racism. When your children are, punished in school and get sent to a principal's office, they have someone that looks like the oppressor that can show up and demand justice. Even if the police are involved in something, there is certain privileges that you have that me as a black man married to a black woman, I cannot co-opt those same privileges. You're taking part in an oppressive system just by doing that, and it's a system that oppresses you yourself. So to me it's equivalent to self-harm, and that's why she was bringing up self-preservation, because the opposite of self-harm is self-preservation.
And I'm gonna keep saying it. If y'all don't want to be black, can y'all shut up and stop speaking in our spaces? Stop speaking up for us, and don't speak as a black person. Speak as a freaking coon.
Yeah.
Speak as the sellout in which you are so comfortable with being. Stop coming and telling black people what they should and shouldn't be doing. And do me a favor, since you know everything and you just solved all the issues in the black community. How about you go over and help them YT people figure out how to stop shooting up these schools? Tell her go figure out how to.
Oh
I
man,
know.
D. Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Take a
big
lap,
brother, I
D.
appreciate you letting me come up and talk to you. I'm gonna just close with one thing though, right? And I'll hop off with you. Right?
All right,
The one
man.
thing I'm gonna say with you, man, brother, is that
Brother.
one
You
thing I
said the
love
R in brother.
about
That's crazy. Go
yeah,
ahead.
that's
That's
crazy.
crazy, bro. Like, I'm
I
sorry.
learned
You
to
said the
speak
R
English
in
in
brother.
Utah. English is not my native language. I learned to speak it in Utah. I don't know what you want me to sound like that would appeal to you, but all right. Um, this next
Such a
generation,
Negro European.
this next generation is very anti-homophobic. It's very anti-patriarchy. It's very anti a whole lot of this stuff. And I'm just grateful that they're not putting this kind of emphasis on the people they date as well. So anyway,
They are. They
appreciate y'all. You
actually
have a
are.
blessing.
Shout out to all the Pan Africans on the continent of Africa that brother has no clue about because he's in the middle of Utah working for YT law firms and doing his thing, making sure to keep their system greased up and running.
Whoever that sister
So
was that was going in on him, I want to know so I can give her some roses because she literally was saying everything that I wanted to say. Like everything. And Lala eyeballs is just sending me. I could not take Lala. Like every time he said something, Lala was on his ass. I could not. I could not.
Yeah.
So can I add something real quick because of this dude, black female, 45 years old, she her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
First of all, I want to say thank you to all the black ancestors and slaves on this land. That's why I'm here. I'm an immigrant. Okay, and I'm black and I'm all about black uniting black people. This dude from Haiti was condescending. That was just ridiculous. I'm not even talking about the fact that he's into his choice of a relationship. The way he was talking to you guys about, well, I'm sorry, I can't do this, that, and the other. I speak French because my country was I understand the geopolitical issues in this world, and I'm grateful to all the ancestor slaves that allowed me today with affirmative actions and everything else to be able to be in the position that I'm in today in this United States. Okay? So
That's
thank you
real.
to all the ancestors. Thank you to all of you guys. And thank you for allowing me to be in this life. First question, I just wanted to say that. I'm not going to answer the questions yet because it's not my turn. But the guy was condescending. He's here because of the slaves. He wouldn't even be marrying a white woman if there weren't, just freedom of slaves. Okay? So we got to appreciate the ancestors. So that's all I have to say for now.
Yeah. No, that's real. And the Haitian ancestors laid a lot of the foundation, man. Shout out, I'll say to the Haitian ancestors. The Haitian ancestors, the average lifespan of a Haitian enslaved ancestor was 5 years. After they landed on Haitian soil, they would live for 5 years because they would be worked literally to unalivement, if you know what I mean. I can't say the word, but they would be worked sun up, sundown, 12, 15, 16, as many hours as they could until eventually they just dropped and they would just throw them in a hole somewhere. So shout out to the ancestors, man. I can't imagine that reality. And they're the reason we here today. So give me the crown. Could I have your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Yes, I'm 27. I'm black and pronouns she her.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, answer some questions for us, or whatever you want to do. The floor is yours.
The first one, like I said, I was talking to that guy. I do feel like it is problematic, even if you're with someone who isn't like if their cultural background is different. So if they're like Mexican, for example, you know, I still feel like that could be problematic as well because I was with someone who my oldest son's father, he was white, a white Mexican, and his mother was very much so racist. Like she actually called me a monkey.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Statistically, there have been more reports of racism coming from Hispanic white tea people than non-Hispanic.
Yeah.
Statistically,
Yeah. She did call me, she called me a monkey, and she like said some names about my son too because he's like my complexion.
wow.
So yeah, that was problematic there. But
And you ain't turn her every which way but loose.
I was ready to throw hands with her, but I tried to control myself. I told my mother about the incident. My mother was ready to really like go to her house and like hurt her. Um but I really didn't want to like obviously like go to jail and stuff. So I tried to control myself in that situation. Um but you know, my youngest son's father, he is white. And that has just been a very bad situation. Like it hasn't been good like the whole time. And of course, you know, like I know I shouldn't have dragged it out as long as it did because I was like with him about 2 years or so. You know, I'm just a person that I try to like give people the benefit of the doubt. You know, I'll tell people, I'll tell like myself, oh, like they're not like that bad. Like they'll learn from their mistakes, you know. So it was my fault. Like I know, I know. But I did leave him, you know, and I'm definitely not doing that again because like I said, when I was talking to that guy that was just in here, like I literally did get arrested because of him. He called the cops on me, you know, and he's done that like I want to say at least like 2, 3 times he called the cops on me. So, you know,
All
and
right.
that's
Well,
something.
thank you for the story. We don't want to get too deep into your personal. Um,
Okay, I can answer
yeah.
the other questions. Let me see. Is it a preference or fetishization? I would say it is a fetish. Um, can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? I would say no. Can black and white tea cultures fully coexist? No. Nope. Okay.
Okay.
I'll let someone else speak.
Well, thank you, sister. Um, Something that just I don't know stuck with me with that last Gadu said when he said the what do you say the next generation the newer the younger generation is not thinking the way that we are, and I just think that's funny because when I was young I didn't think this way either. Experience in this country will teach you. We don't got to worry about the younger generation. Yes, they are more willing to unpack certain things, but when they live some time on this earth being black, they'll get it. We always eventually get that real inward wake up call that Charlemagne the God talks about. Like you wake up, most of us.
Brother. But to be honest, a lot of our kids are experiencing it and they're extremely woke. Look on
Yeah,
this
true.
app
Right.
and watch
Yeah.
how these babies is
Yep.
paying attention. And they experience, like, look at the little biracial baby, the little black biracial baby that just experienced being called at her school. So his kids will see in a little bit.
Right. Exactly.
My kids do.
Oh, my kids are going to. I know that I ain't have no children yet, but
Look, my kids, my baby came up to me and she was like, "Mama, I don't like YT folks. Don't say that no more. Don't you go to that schoolhouse and say that."
Well, let me go to the next guest. Robin, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
I'm 45, white, her, she.
Was you up here before?
I've gotten a boot, but I would like to circle back around to the very first question that I was going to originally circle back around to.
Wait. Are you the person that said you like black men?
Can I please go circle back around
Is
to the
that you?
Yep, it is.
Oh,
Can I
yo,
please?
I be forgetting who I brought up here. I'm like, I
Okay.
don't know, that profile picture look. It reminds me.
It's black women too. You have flawless skin. That's all I said. And I love like the hair.
Oh no.
Girl.
What
Somebody
is
get
wrong
their
with that?
Timberlands out. Somebody get
What
their
is wrong
Timberlands
with
out.
that?
Hold
Can I go
on. Can I
back to
say
the
something?
Let it
very
go,
first
brother.
Can
Let
I
question?
it
say
go.
something to
Let it
her?
go. I want
Can
to
I
hear it.
please go back to the very
I
first
want to
She's
hear it,
question?
brother.
bisexual racial.
Can you please let me go back to
She said sisters got it, can get it too.
they're beautiful, and I don't like their hair. I don't understand why they don't keep their natural hair. I absolutely love their natural hair.
Pause, ho.
Oh my
And
God, because of
pause.
Bye.
history,
Reason
honey.
pause. Because you finna get
Because
checked
of
and corrected real
history,
quick.
we've had to cover our
Quiet,
hair.
your dumb ass.
We have had to do a lot of stuff because of YT supremacy when it comes to black women hair.
Thank y'all for the Panther pause.
That was
We know
so
she
much.
liked y'all hair.
That
That's
was
why
so
you had to
much.
cover it, because she was
Robert, that
jealous
was
she
so
didn't
much
have it.
privilege. You know how much privilege that takes to come up and tell people that you don't understand the historical context of why black women have had to cover their hair, had their head shaved. If they could not, even in 2023, we're denied access to wear our natural hair in workplaces and in school. Kids are still being suspended. Girl, get a
The
life.
Crown Act just
Exactly.
passed.
That's crazy. I think she was expecting us to feel flattered. That's why I was playing with her. I was like, oh, nah, we don't.
She
That's
is the
not a
type
good
of
look.
YT woman that will walk up to you and touch your hair.
She
Facts.
probably like be like touching it like she's petting the dog though. Mm-mm.
Yeah, nah, they be squeezing on my arm. Like I noticed that. Like they'll walk up to
Don't
you
touch
and
me.
just be like, hey, how are you doing? And just like touch your arm. Weird.
That's assault.
JC, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
Oh shit. I'm Filipino. I'm 21 and I'm a he.
Interesting. What brings you up?
No, I just wanted to have a conversation with people really, and
Filipino is a nationality. Are you Asian,
Asian.
Pacific
Would be
Islander,
Asian. Yeah. Sorry,
indigenous?
Asian. Yep, that would be Asian.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Answer a question. Let us know what's on your mind. What's on your mind?
Trying to read the question.
You didn't even read it before you came up here?
No, okay. I'm reading it now, but can interracial relationships be problematic? Yes, they can be, but I mean, just like with any relationships, I think, is it a preference or fetish? It could be either. I would say it could be either preference or fetish.
I don't know. I don't trust him. I'm sorry, y'all. My security.
You
I
got the
just
right
can't
to
trust him. I got taken down last night. I can't trust him. He came up here. I can't trust it. I can't do it. Not if you didn't read it before you came up here. That's kind of crazy. Like how you just jump in a conversation, you didn't even read nothing. You just like that's usually someone with an agenda, man. I got taken down yesterday.
When you have to kick guests like that, you gonna have to go ahead and just go ahead and get them on up out of there, like for sure, really, because
Yeah.
they gonna keep on doing it.
Yeah. All right. Aisha, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Asa. I'm 48 years old. My race is African American.
All right. Thank you. And go ahead and answer the question for us. The floor is yours.
Can interracial relationships be problematic? Yeah, depending. It really, I think it depends on the families. My mother's father was half white, and They didn't accept us. Like, I grew up knowing my grandmother's side. I never knew anything about my grandfather's side because they didn't accept us. And then he had a son that came along later that he had outside of the marriage with a white woman that basically his family didn't accept him. So that's how my grandmother ended up taking him in. So I know it's problematic. Is it a preference or a fetish? I think sometimes it's a fetish. Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? Definitely not. Like, how you pro-black with the opposite spouse? Like, come on now, let's not do that. And can black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy relationship or family? Nope, nope. And it's not that they can't; it's they won't. You know what I mean? Like they won't do it. It's not that they can't, because some can. But a lot of them won't do it because we all know they still grew up racist. Whether it's being more acceptable now, it still goes back to me immaterial, you know. So I don't think that's something I can fully accept for my world. Even though it's in my family, it's not my world. I'm a pro-black man. The blacker the better.
I heard that. Okay. Thank you for that breakdown. And
Let me go down the list.
who said that? What'd you say?
The list?
I can't hear you, Lala.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you let me go down the list?
Oh, all right. Yeah, go ahead, sister.
Hey, I'm be quick. Can interracial relationships be problematic? It's not my relationship. I don't care who you choose to love. I just know the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the darker the flesh, the deeper the roots. And all I want is black children. So that is my preference. No, you cannot be pro-black, and yeah, that's just common sense. And no, we cannot, because I wish they'd leave us the fuck alone, for real, just to keep it a bean.
I heard
We can't
that.
have nothing. Can't even have my own lips.
All right. Well, thank you for that. I think we all tapped out. I don't know. The guest list is empty. To be honest, we've been up here for a while. I guess we can shut it down. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining me tonight. We had a good time, I think. I don't know. Did y'all have a good time? I don't know. It was interesting. We had to unpack a few things. We had that one powdered donut come up here and say a few things. We had to set it straight. Thankfully, Southern Fried was up here. Oh, that was the other live. My bad. We had 2 lives tonight. The other live got crazy. But yeah, appreciate y'all. I'm gonna post both of these lives from tonight on my YouTube. The button is in my profile. Tap the notification bell on the top right of my profile if you want to be notified when I go live. I do it at random times. I'll probably do it earlier tomorrow because it's the weekend. Appreciate you, Stella. Thank you for supporting, sister. And yeah, shout out to all my mods, Leisha, Lala, D Diva. Give me the crown. She's been here a few times. Thank y'all, Leo, Kira, Molly, and Hoodoo. I'm out. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.